thing I can say about Extreme Rules is that the best part was like the last 5 minutes.
That's accurate. Welcome to our review of Extreme Rules.
The best part was the last 5 minutes. Thanks for liking, watching, and subscribing, and commenting, and punching Roman Reigns in the dick.
Nobody actually did that. But if you do, send it to our email.
Yeah. No, I mean, let's just...
Yeah, no.
Run down the line. They gave us a pre-show match. Yeah. Kalisto versus Apollo Crews wasn't bad.
I think this might be my favorite out of the couple of matches that they've done so far.
Yeah.
I do like Titus O'Neil as the manager role. I think that fits him a lot better than the in-ring competitor.
That's who that was?
You don't pay attention, so...
I was just wondering how the fuck they got a horse in a suit.
Well, you know. Anything's possible in WWE. Yeah, no, I like...
That was the gobbledygoofer.
Did you just come up with that? You haven't been working on that at all?
Nope.
No? Congratulations. That was a good one. Yeah, so, yeah, I like...
That would be the gobbledygoofer.
The Crobbledy?
No, the Cloppledy.
Oh, okay. No, I like Titus in that role. It's good for him. I think the Titus brand will be better that way, and then have him get in there and like prove that he's better by cheating or whatnot.
I think the only role Titus is good in is a roll up in which he loses the match.
Well, he did get kicked in the face by Kalisto as Kalisto defeated Apollo
Favorite
Crews.
part of the pre-show.
Crews ended up hitting the standing shooting star, and Titus couldn't believe that wasn't the end of the match. And so he's like looking at Apollo like, "You gotta do the thing," and Apollo's like, "I did the flip. What else can I do?" And that was enough for Kalisto to grab him, run out the ropes, kick Titus O'Neil in the face, hit Selena del Sol, and defeat Apollo Crews.
This might be my second favorite part of the entire show.
Then we opened up with the no DQ match for the Intercontinental Championship, which The Miz and Dean Ambrose can always put on a great match. I will always give them that. I didn't care that much for this match, even though they've been trying to build it since the shakeup.
Yeah. My big issue with this is that, like, you know, we say it a lot that Dean and Miz do good matches against each other. They've got really good chemistry. And they've done it so many times that it's just kind of second nature to them to put on a decent show.
Yeah.
But like the whole point of this superstar shakeup was to change things. But this is one thing that literally just moved from SmackDown to Raw.
Yeah.
Because like Dean and Miz were already like fighting over the Intercontinental title on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And they just...
Yeah, they literally like split apart for WrestleMania because they went to John Cena and Baron Corbin, and then 2 weeks later, right back.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this entire match was both of them selling their legs and still fighting each other.
Yeah, I mean, they did good, but I think what hindered their normal flow was the whole, like, let's try and get Dean Ambrose disqualified as often as possible.
The over-excessive use of the referee took away from the match a lot. Like, I get that he's, you know, as the referee, he's trying to remind Dean Ambrose that he can't get disqualified.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in a regular match, Dean Ambrose doesn't go out of his way to get himself disqualified.
Yeah.
So to over-exaggerate the fact that Miz is, like, goading Dean Ambrose into doing this stuff, it's not as believable because Dean Ambrose doesn't do that in a regular match.
Yeah.
So why would he do that when he knows that he can't get disqualified?
Yeah.
It just makes very little sense. But after, like, they tried to tease the whole disqualification thing, like, 4 or 5 times throughout the entirety of the match, twice of which happened right at the end when, while the referee was like, tending to Dean Ambrose. He turns around just in time to see Maurice slap The Miz because The Miz told her to do it. And the ref's like,
My favorite part is, like, the ref kind of looked a little, like, stunned at first. And then he looked over at Dean Ambrose, and then looked back at The Miz and Maurice, and literally said, "I know what you're doing."
And then he threw Maurice
out. Who never actually left, though.
No, she, like, walked halfway up the ramp and then came right back because she was distracting the referee. So while the referee was trying to get her to leave, then The Miz grabbed Dean Ambrose and chucked Dean Ambrose into the referee. Ref goes tumbling out of the ring. Dean is, like, up in the ropes and then falls back down. The ref's like, "What the hell, Dean? Why would you attack me while I have my back turned?" And he's like,
"Why would you hit me and then fall down, Dean?"
And Dean's, like, trying to explain the whole time. He's, like, literally, like, he's in the ring. Like, I think this bugged me the most is that, like, instead of the ref, like, getting in and, like, you know, like, talking to Dean Ambrose about it, or, like, Dean, like, going out and, like, talking to the referee just, like, walked around the ring, and Dean followed him in the ring just enough to where he was, like, facing the referee while the referee's like, "I'm gonna ring the bell because you're gonna get disqualified," and then the referee watches the skull-crushing finale happen and then counts a pinfall.
Yeah.
And for the love of God, Miz, I do like your heel work. Just don't do the whole "I'm gonna make the Intercontinental title special" thing again, because you never do. And this has literally been your shtick the last, like, 3 times you've held the belt.
Yep.
Stop it. Mixed tag match, Sasha Banks and Rich Swansha, is that what you called him?
Swansha Banks.
Swansha Banks, taking on Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. This was alright.
Yeah.
It was a fun little tag team match.
It was a lot of just Rich Swann versus Noam Dar.
Noam Dar and Alicia Fox hugged a lot. That's how they tagged.
Sasha Banks did the double knees off the top rope to the outside onto Noam Dar.
Yeah, that was probably the best part of the entire match.
Yeah. Third favorite part of the entire show. And
that was followed up by the Phoenix Splash from Rich Swann. There was the one point when Swann was going to pin Dar, and then, like, both Sasha and Alicia ran in, like, grabbed each other and, like, spun in the air. Like, grabbed each other's hair and did, like, a full 360. Don't know what that was about, but it happened.
That was just like, one of them was going to try and break up the pin, and the other one was like, "No, Matrix thing."
But
Matrix
anyway,
cat fight.
Yeah, after the double knees off the top rope and the Phoenix Splash, Swansha Banks did pick up the win, and then we got more of Sasha dancing, which is always
my favorite
okay.
part of the whole pay-per-view.
Then Elias Sampson happened.
Second least favorite part of the whole pay-per-view.
Kendo stuck on a pole match for the Women's Championship.
I hate to say it.
Before you say it, I will give them credit for coming up with some creative spots in a object on a pole match. Because it's kind of hard to do that. But I thought the fighting over the kendo stick, or like the race to get it, was good. I thought the last little bit of Bayley getting driven into it while it was in the corner was good. And then
that was it.
Yeah.
Bayley, you let me down. Not because you didn't win, but because the only thing you managed to do in the match that popped me was the back suplex on the outside. We had this whole build over Bayley trying to prove she's ready to go extreme, and she doesn't even so much as swing the kendo stick once.
Yep. I think she swung it once, but, like, she missed and Alexa got it back. And that was about it. Bad match type. They did what they could. except for Bailey, apparently. But after being driven into the kendo stick while it was in the corner, then followed up by a couple more shots and a DDT, Alexa Bliss is still the Raw Women's Champion.
Yay.
Moving on to Nia Jax. Maybe. Apparently Nia Jax was on the pre-show panel. We didn't watch that. The fact that she wasn't out there kind of bugs me, because she just, like... She just went against the main thing she told Alexa Bliss she was going to do, was make sure she kept the title so she could have a shot. Oh well. Tag team title match. Cage match. Hardy Boys versus the Mercenaries.
AKA, watch Sheamus and Cesaro go. Like, watch them try and climb 1,000,000 times.
If the match, if wrestling itself wasn't scripted, Cesaro could have literally, like, just double jumped out of that fucking cage.
Yeah, like, it literally... Sheamus and Cesaro could have easily just up and over and won so fast.
I think the only thing that...
They did such a good job of making the Hardy Boys look like they're almost as fast as them.
Here's the thing. I think they did the smart thing by keeping Jeff on Cesaro for the majority of the match.
Yeah.
Because if it had been like, oh, Matt quickly stops Cesaro from getting... No, that's not gonna
It's not the
happen.
way Matt Hardy works.
Matt Hardy doesn't work super fast. He has his moments. This was not one of those moments. Jeff ended up actually getting out. And here's another thing that I will give credit to whoever decided that this was going to be a thing.
Change.
I hate the fact that pinfall and submission can happen in cages, so I appreciated that this was escape only. That is what the cage is for. You're supposed to get out of the fucking thing, not finish it inside. That was awesome. I'm glad they added that. So Jeff actually gets out and is watching Matt have to fight both Cesaro and Sheamus at the same time, because it was both team members had to get out of the cage. Matt had a few chances here and there. Cesaro and Sheamus both had a few moments where they almost got out. Matt ends up getting dropped with a white noise off of the top rope, and that is Jeff's cue to, alright, fuck it, I'm getting back into this thing. And so he gets back in the ring, hits a Whisper in the Wind on both, mostly Sheamus, but Sheamus and Cesaro. And then it's kind of like everyone's kind of down at like the same level for a little bit. And then it's like both teams struggle and race. Like Cesaro and Sheamus start going up the cage. And then Matt goes, oh shit, I better take the longest way possible and drag Jeff to the door. So while Sheamus and Cesaro are climbing, Jeff is like trying to get back up, and Matt is like dragging him as much as he possibly can. Matt's able to get out of the ring, but can't pull Jeff through the door fast enough. Sheamus and Cesaro both drop on the other side. Sheamus and Cesaro are now 2-time Raw Tag Team Champions.
Woo!
So yeah, all right, it's cool. I like them better now that they're heels. I think they make a better tag team now. So I'm not totally mad. Plus, I mean, Hardy Boys are still around. So. Submission match for the Cruiserweight Championship. I really enjoyed this match.
It was a good match, fundamentally. I think one of my favorite parts of this whole match is I won. So I picked that one.
Yeah, no.
That was very unexpected, to be completely honest.
Yeah, no, it like almost as unexpected as how quickly Alexa beat Bailey was the fact that Neville did in fact retain his Cruiserweight Championship over Austin Aries. There were a few times where it looked like Austin had like actually like really fucked himself up, so it might have been like an on the fly change.
Could have been.
But you know, either way, I mean, if this was meant to be, I'm very interested into what direction they're going to take Neville, because this is absolutely Austin Aries' last chance.
Well, don't count WWE out there.
Yeah. No, you know, he's going to have to go against TJ first, because...
TJ's going to call Neville out on his bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Neville's been saying, oh, well, if you help me out, I'll give you a title shot. So now that Austin Aries is out of the way, TJP definitely has to get the next title shot. So, yeah. No, I did enjoy this match.
I want to see Neville versus Tozawa.
Fuck yeah. I want to see Neville versus a lot of people. Like, other than...
Handicap match? Neville versus just a lot of people? Like, random... Like, WWE goes out and gets, like, 6 people off the street?
Yeah, sure. Have him be the Braun Strowman of the cruiserweights.
Already is.
That's true. No, I'm thinking that this might be the direction they go with Kalisto. I think Neville again goes through everyone, and then Kalisto is going to be like the new person to come in and take it. Or I don't know. They could go a couple different ways, I guess. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the match as a whole. They took some risks that were great. I liked that there was no outside interference. That helped a lot as well.
And then there was that really weird moment where the referee was doing a count out.
Yeah, when the only way to win is by submission.
But the only way to draw is via count out.
You don't count people out, sir. This is your job. I shouldn't be telling you how to do your job.
I should.
Tell him how to do his job. He is an NWA referee.
Don't count people out in a submission match.
Thanks for that.
You're just like, no.
Yeah.
Please. I'll even ask politely, please don't count people out in a submission match.
Now be angry about it.
Fuck off.
Alright, cool.
Take one of those electric pulse fucking muscle stimulators, stick it to your testicles, turn it on high, and zap yourself once for fucking looking like a moron.
Or call Kane. He does it with a battery.
It's true. Not really anymore. That doesn't look good when he's trying to run for...
You don't think that'll get him elected as mayor of Knox County?
Yeah.
You sure?
Probably not.
I don't know.
He just goes door to door with a car battery.
Anyway, yeah.
Do I have your vote?
Otherwise, I will shock your testicles. But I'm a woman. I can make things happen.
It wasn't his fault.
Kane's special. Yeah, it was... Aries ended up missing a Lope. Neville kind of had the advantage from that point. Ended up tossing Aries back into the ring. And then hit the fucking red arrow on his back.
Yeah, at first I thought it was kind of a fuck-up because it looked like Aries was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he just didn't go fast enough.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm pretty sure it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Because that immediately gave Neville his back for the Rings of Saturn.
The slow-mo, you can see Aries, like, specifically, like, setting himself
moving
up for
himself
it.
into position.
And that's a great finish.
It was a good transition.
Because Aries had gotten out of the Rings of Saturn, like powered his way out a couple of times. And so to have that last emphatic move and then immediately lock in
yeah, I mean,
submission.
it's a really good way to make sure the person doesn't like have the ability to power out is when you smash them with all of your body weight from off the top rope.
Yeah. It's a surefire way to win. And Neville is still the Cruiserweight champ. He has been champion for 6 months, almost. He won at the Royal Rumble.
Good for Neville.
Good job, Neville.
And the Cruiserweight Championship means something.
Yeah. Nice long title reigns.
Just like The Miz with the Intercontinental Championship.
Then our main event, the Extreme Rules 5-way fray, is what I'm going to start.
Oh, okay.
5-way fray.
The Extreme Rules 5-way but not elimination style match.
Nope. Yeah. To determine
Tier 5 brawl.
to determine who is going to face Brock Lesnar at, yes, it has been confirmed to be Great Balls of Fire.
Goodness gracious, what a name.
Really hoping they changed the name, but they didn't.
Dear...
Michael Cole said it with just like it was normal, and it's not.
Dear people who watch this show, sorry for all the terrible puns I'm going to make for the next 5 weeks.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This match started off slow. I did like the continuous work between Joe and Bray taking out Finn.
Yeah.
And
they
then,
kind of like at one point just decided to become like a human lawnmower with the help of the top steps.
Yeah.
And just like, let's do laps around the ring and hit everyone.
Yeah. They realized, oh, okay, we're extremely dominant. Oh wait, there's stairs. We can do what we want. And they literally mowed people down with the fucking top set of stairs.
They looked like the world's most violent hungry hippo. That works on the 2 levels of the head part is the stairs going forward.
Extremely hungry hippos.
And they're chubby.
Yeah.
Like hippos.
They are the chubbiest in the match because the rest of them are pretty fucking ripped. But yeah, so that was like the first half of the match. And then...
First half of the match equated to a board game.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. But then once Joe and Bray kind of realized, oh, we don't actually like each other.
Well, it came when Seth had a little comeback moment, and he tried to dive, and Bray threw Joe under the bus.
Yeah. Well, and then, the first one that never actually got Bray's attention was when they were still beating up Finn, and Finn was down, and Joe just squatted down and put his hands on Finn, and the ref went over to count 3, and Bray turns around and Joe immediately stands up like, I wasn't doing nothing. That was so good. But yeah, so Joe realizes that Bray literally left him to get dove on by Seth. Immediately goes after Bray. They start beating the shit out of each other. Kind of spills out onto the outside. And then the big moment that just made the match almost explode into action was legitimately a spot that put everybody down.
Yeah, it was Finn Balor had a comeback moment after this, and he started going around and shit whipping people all over the place.
He knocked down Roman on one side and then went after Joe.
Yeah, and he fucking clobbered Roman in the face with that kick on the apron.
Yeah, he did. His fucking penalty kick. Jesus.
And, yeah, Joe was able to get the Coquina clutch on, Roman. I think it was Roman that put Bray. No, it was Finn.
Yeah,
Finn put Bray on the Spanish
on the table, and then Joe grabbed him and pulled him back against the barricade.
Yeah, Coquina he's gonna try and choke him out there. Roman speared both of them through the guardrail because we're not tired of that spot yet.
Nope. And then while they're crumpling into a heap over on one side, Seth decides, fuck it, and fucking frog splash slightly turns in the air from the top turnbuckle onto the table through Bray Wyatt.
He didn't turn enough though to keep his shin on his leg that was already been injured.
Yeah.
And surgically repaired.
Yeah.
The shin portion hitting the front edge of the table.
Yeah, he had his kick pad pulled up the rest of the match.
Yeah, I think he started to untie his boot to release pressure.
Probably. So if Seth's not on Raw tonight, you know why.
Yeah, he's gonna join TKO Ryan in the Broken Leg Club.
Yeah, cool little boot he's gonna wear. But yeah, that moment.
And everyone was down for a second.
And then everybody got back up.
And then everybody got back up because Seth and Roman are like, Finishing moves? Hell yeah, finishing moves. And they started finishing moves, and everyone else is like, I want a finishing moves. And Bray got in, and he started, but got fucked up. And then Finn came in, and he fucked everybody's shit up, mostly Roman Reigns, because he was able to avoid getting speared, and then drop kick him, and hit him with the coup de grace.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joe's like, I'm really gonna finishing move so hard. And he rolled in the ring, got him the Coquina clutch, and Finn, half his body disappeared, and then he died. Or the referee stopped the match.
Yeah, referee stopped the
before he died.
I think from this point on,
I won.
I'm not going to vote on a Roman Reigns match anymore.
Yeah?
Because this motherfucker, every time I put the very little faith that I have in him, he fucks me over. I get that you got the coup de grace, but they were right there. You're Roman Reigns. You could have rolled over and punched Samoa Joe in the face. I know you could have. I've seen you do it. But you didn't. That being said, I'm kind of okay with the fact that we're going to get Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar.
I think...
Now I have a reason to want to watch a Brock Lesnar match.
It's kind of cool because it felt like the logical way that they would have gone. If you go with the logical way of them saving Finn for SummerSlam,
yeah,
the logical way would have Roman or Seth winning this match. And there are two people we've already seen fight Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Which would leave, like, the two guys who I want to see win the match be Bray Wyatt and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Because these guys haven't had one-on-ones against Brock Lesnar on TV.
Yeah.
Bray was supposed to.
Didn't happen. But he ended up facing Rowan. Harper and Rowan?
I think it was just the Wyatt family, and Bray kind of just walked around ringside.
Yeah. It was a handicap match, and Brock Lesnar won. It was fucking one of those specials that they do on the network.
With this being Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe's like unique style, I feel like we're gonna get the closest, since Lesnar's return to WWE, the closest feel to a legit fight for Brock Lesnar. Not like as in like the biggest threat to Brock Lesnar, but like it's gonna be the closest to like an MMA fight in the Brock wheelhouse.
Yeah, because Joe might have his moments where he gets a little fast or he does like the big jumping kick and stuff like that, but most of his stuff is ground and pound.
Yeah.
That's his wheelhouse. Plus, out of the 5 of them, he's going to be the most difficult to suplex. He's the heaviest out of the 5 of them.
Though I don't think that's gonna be an issue for Brock.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying he's going to provide the most challenge for Brock Lesnar as far as suplexing an individual.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting to see how pink Brock gets. Because like once he gets a couple suplexes in, man, he starts pinking up.
The longer the match goes and the more times he has to lift somebody, he just his face gets red. Sometimes he turns into a naked mole rat.
Lesnar comes out looking like a man devoid of blood. He's so pale.
Yeah.
And then once he starts moving, it's like blood is being injected into his person. And color happens, but not in like skin tone, because the blood doesn't just give him pigmentation of the skin. So you just see all the blood in his body.
And it doesn't help that he's blonde, so like his eyebrows get like neon white. And it adds to the intensity of his like crazy blue eyes that he's got. He's just
I know
like
it's not
psycho.
Part of his character at all, but I want him to show up at Great Balls of Fire with a big fuck off beard. I want him to have his farm beard.
You want to get all farm boy on Samoa Joe?
I don't know why, but I want him to have his farm beard. I want Brock
It'd be
Lesnar.
different.
I want Brock Lesnar to show up at Great Balls of Fire looking like a goddamn psycho lumberjack.
He could do it. Flannel?
No, like his MMA shorts over a pair of overalls.
I'm going to make that on 2K17.
Do it.
So yeah, we have our main event for Great Balls of Fire. I can't believe that's the fucking name. And then 2 weeks, we have Money in the Bank. I'm so excited for 2 weeks.
At least I'm excited for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, though.
Yeah, no. We got 2 killer
the Money
matches.
in the Bank match is going to be good, and also the Money in the Bank match is going to be good.
Yeah, both Money in the Bank matches.
There's a women's one.
Yeah. And then we're also going to get a rematch between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal, which isn't that bad.
No.
Their first match was good. We'll see what happens in the second one. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Comment down below. Let us know what you thought about Extreme Rules. Did it do better than you thought it would? Did you hate it? We didn't. It was all right. Check out the podcast.
It's a link in the description.
Check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's Reasonable to W. Like wrestling.
And all the social medias that you know about. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Fuck. This pay-per-view is frustrating. Everyone I talk to is right.
Fuck my leg. Wrestling rules.